I'm Sister Laila D'Souza. I belong to the Congregation of Jesus and Mary.
I am Sister Rose Joseph, belong to the Congregation of Religious of Jesus and Mary from India.
Saint Claudine was born in Lyon, in France on 30th of March 1774. She was a very dedicated young woman. During the French Revolution, she experienced the execution of her own brothers, and this experience led her to the Calvary, where she experienced the forgiveness of God.
And forgiveness was very close to her because she learned it first from the cross. As she listened to the words of the dying brothers, "Forgive gladly as we have forgiven."
And she forgave the people who killed her brothers. This was the turning point in her life.
God gave a grace to experience God's goodness around and to be goodness to others. Once people have the knowledge of God, they will not do wrong things. So many miseries around her happening because they did not know God.
She dedicated her life for these little ones who were dying without knowing God. And that's how the congregation began.
So she wanted to communicate this knowledge of God and His active goodness to all around through Christian education. For that she started a mission.
And she responded to the call to spread the goodness and forgiveness to the people at that time.
She imparted this knowledge to her first companions that not only leave one place to go, move out and spread this goodness of God, forgiveness to everywhere, goodness. And her last words were summary of all this, how good God is.
She experienced this goodness of God in her life and she wanted to give it back to the world.
So even the worst difficult times of her life, she was able to say how good God is. So this she translated into this new call, that is the birth of a new congregation, Religious of Jesus and Mary.
The main mission of the congregation is to make Jesus and Mary known and loved through Christian education for young people, and among them special preference for the poor. Charism is a gift of God received through Holy Spirit for a specific mission in the church. Saint Claudine received this charismatic grace of forgiveness. She experienced this merciful God in her life and she wanted to give this back to the world. We Jesus and Mary sisters today follow this legacy of Saint Claudine. When we speak about our spirituality, it means our relationship with God, our neighbor and our world. Our spirituality has a different dimensions. It is Christocentric, Marian and Eucharistic. These three dimensions are very important for our life of prayer.
From my childhood, I had a great desire to become a religious.
And within me, I felt that call, that God is calling me to do the same work, to work for the poor and bring these little children to the God.
There I met Jesus and Mary sisters, and somehow their lifestyle, their way of dealing with, their friendliness, all what I said, welcoming nature, joyful nature, free birds, like all these things, I was so much attracted by them, and deep down I was feeling, yeah, this is the congregation God is calling me, and somehow He arranged everything for me to join there. But I had, it is an irresistible power. When God calls you, just cannot stop it. You only know you have to go. And there is somebody to walk with us, that is Jesus, who is present through His Spirit. Sometimes I thank God because He has given me this opportunity to be in a poor school with this mission of Claudine and Jesus Himself. I am quite happy about it. It gives lots of satisfaction, giving yourself for less fortunate. If I was at home, it would have not been possible to reaching out to so many. And more than that, this satisfaction, fulfillment you get, you have done that peace and happiness I don't think you would get from anywhere. Means I am happy about it, the work I am doing.
Claudine's last words were, "How good God is." I think we need to say once again how good God is and experience this goodness and forgiveness in our heart and give it back to the world.